Attention, the following video will totally kick butt. If you enjoy it and or have a large ding dong, please click the like button below. Thank you and enjoy. Okay. I know a few months ago I said this. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I believe I'm gonna stick to the sensitivity settings for the rest of my PUBG career. Yeah, that didn't go as planned. Don't get me wrong, in my opinion, it's much more satisfying seeing someone with higher sensitivity settings gameplay. But the thing about that is, for me, it's sometimes very inconsistent. I would rather have a slower sensitivity settings and actually hit my opponent than have a fast sensitivity settings and overshoot my opponent and die. With that being said, this is my updated sensitivity settings for PUBG in 2020, and again, this is my sensitivity settings, so it works for my gameplay. You can copy these sensitivity settings for a baseline to work on, but there is no guarantee that it will help you improve your game in PUBG. So sit back, relax, or grab yourself a drink and enjoy the video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, that always helps out and it's free. Help me reach 1,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. I would love you forever. By the way, if you guys don't feel like watching this whole video, that's fine by me. I'm gonna have a pinned comment down in the comment section below, as in for a list of my sensitivity settings. But if you guys would do me a favor and hit that like button, that's great. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. So my controller button preset is still type B, and if you guys don't know, type B is you have to press and hold the LT button in order to aim down sight. This is what I'm comfortable with and I'm not changing it. Invert X and Y axis is disabled. My right stick dead zone is at 15 because I do have a little stick drift, and my left stick dead zone is at 5 because I want the input to move as fast as possible without being all over the place. And again, I still have my vibration on and my vibration is at 10. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do like my vibration to the max. I like it that way. Deal with it. Anyway, my forward running sensitivity is 30, and what this does is it gives you the higher sensitivity value. It's easier to run forward. So I have it on 30. I think the baseline, or like, you know, the default is at 25 or 20. I bumped it up to 30. I honestly didn't notice any difference, but I just kept it at 30 because that's what I liked it, I guess. My movement sensitivity is at 100, and what the movement sensitivity does is adjusts the sensitivity of the character when you hit your left stick to see if they could run as fast as possible. I have it 100 because I like to rush a lot, so then I don't really necessarily, like, you know, walk or crouch walk to, like, you know, to the enemy. If I have to, it doesn't bother me that my movement sensitivity is at 100, but right now movement sensitivity at 100 is my sweet spot. Now for my vertical sensitivity multiplier, I had this at 50 before. I changed it back to 58, but now I did bump it up back to 65. The reason for this is because if I'm sniping and like they're above like a hill and then I have to like aim up to their head, 58 felt a little bit too slow. And I feel like with my controller settings right now, 65 is a sweet spot for me, and I don't plan on changing this anytime soon. My general sensitivity is at 15. What the general sensitivity is, if you guys don't know, is your free look or camera sensitivity, and mine's at 15. I did have it at 20 before, but it was a little too fast. 15 was okay for me for, like, you know, the hip fire spray and everything. I feel like it's still a little bit too fast, but I'm not used to it being lower than this. This is actually the highest sensitivity settings for everything that I have right now. So 15 is the sweet spot at the moment for me right now. My vehicle driver sensitivity is at 10. If you guys don't know, I don't ever drive in PUBG. Every time I'm in a squad game, I always let my teammates drive. When I'm in the solos, this works well. 10 doesn't really do much of a difference. I do have aim acceleration on, and I have aim acceleration at 1. Since I did lower down my sensitivity settings for my scopes, I did raise it to 1 just so I could keep up a little bit faster. So I do have it at 1. But over the shoulder aiming sensitivity is at 10 because you don't need it too high, because in most cases you're going to do aiming over the shoulder if they're really close to you, and normally you do it with an SMG or, you know, a shotgun or 5.56. or actually you do it with any gun if you don't want to, like, you know, free hip fire them. This is very accurate. You know, 10 is the sweet spot for me. I kept saying sweet spot. Comment down in the comment section below how many times I said sweet spot, but I do like it at 10. Now, going for my optic sensitivity settings, this might seem familiar to most of you guys if you guys see my sensitivity settings before, but my 1 and 2x is at 10 and my 4x is at 10. So my 1, 2, and 4x is at 10, my 3x is at 12, and my 6x is at 8, and my 8x is at 8. So let me just bring it down for you. I used to have it at 15 to 17 for all scopes, but that was a little bit too fast. It felt nice, you know, flicking on somebody who's shooting at you first and, you know, killing them, but it was very inconsistent. In my opinion, having a high sensitivity for, you know, your scopes is pretty inconsistent, especially for me. So then I just docked it down and I went back to my 10 sensitivity for my 1, 2, and 4x. The 3x felt a little bit slower for me, so then I did change it to 12. And my 6 and 8x is usually my sniping scopes, so then I did dock it down to 8 because you need to be more precise than anything else. And 15x, it doesn't really matter. So that's it for my controller sensitivity settings. If you guys are, you know, wondering as well, my colorblind mode is deuteranopia, which makes the blood pink. In my opinion, the pink blood is the most visible to be seen, so yeah, I have it to deuteranopia. And yeah, everything else is about the same as last time. You know, my default for my firing mode is full auto, and then I do have my auto reload on, just because, you know, I don't have to think twice. If I run out of bullets, it's going to automatically reload for me, and that's pretty much it. I have all auto equip attachments all on, radio message on, and so I could ping every time I see something and stuff like that. The only thing I have for the continuous item use is my bandages, because you don't want to continually use first aids because you really can't, or boosters and everything like that. My field of view is still at 103 and my brightness is at 100. So ladies and gentlemen, I did go through this a little fast, but I know you guys just want the numbers and everything. So that's like what I said before. In the pinned comment section down below, you're going to see my sensitivity settings there if you guys don't feel like watching this whole video. But nonetheless, this is my sensitivity settings. I'm not going to go, like, you know, thoroughly go over every single one, just because this game has been out for about almost 3 years. And if you guys do have any questions, just, you know, leave it down in the comment section below, or follow me on Twitch, BrentBryson15. I'll be happy to show you my sensitivity settings there as well. And if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Anyway, stay beautiful. I love you all. Slug Nation out. Peace out, guys. Mwah.
Oh, baby.
Let's go, boys. 10 on the day.
Oh my God.
God.
10 and
Baby.
one on every map.
One in every
Let's
single
go.
map.
10 and we won on every map. That's,
Oh
I
my
don't think-
God,
oh
you
my
guys.
God.
We did it. We
We
reached
did
the
it.
10.
Oh.
Let's
bravo,
go.
my boys. Bravo.
Let's